Good morning, everybody. Just look at this place I found. I mean, wow, what an awesome place just to spend time with God, eh? Just mind-blowing, absolutely beautiful, cool breeze, and just... So guys, yesterday, I think I had the breakthrough of breakthroughs that all of this has been amounting to. So you're aware that my past and these videos, to be honest, is my testimony. My testimony is daily because there's things happening daily that I'm sharing with you in excitement, because this is just wow. And this just really reaffirms to me that God is real, that He's so real that I think the reality I live in isn't as real as His reality. And that's, I don't know how to explain that, but seriously. So as a youngster, I'll speed this up. As a youngster, I grew up again in a dysfunctional home where Mum was never home. She had to be at work all the time, and Mum was also an orphan sent out from Poland in 1945 to escape the Jews, the Germans that came in to put them in the gas camps. So as a baby, my mum was put on a plane, sent to South Africa to go be brought up in a convent where the nuns weren't very loving and caring. Sorry, I'm just moving it for the sunlight. So Mum grew up in a very broken background, and love was something that was non-existent. And so when I grew up with Mum did do her best, and I honour her and I thank her. And she worked and she provided, and she was a good woman. However, she never learned how to love, and in the absence of a dad and me having to spend so much time alone rendered me into a state of literally trauma and confusion. Different story if I was in a boarding school or something like that, where there was other people around me that helped shape my social, that helped shape my understanding of just being around people. But I was alone. I was alone, very alone. And I remember I would always be waiting for somebody to come and rescue me. Mum didn't go to church, and we didn't know anybody, and Mum being a single divorced person, and Mum was fairly attractive too. She was the one that everybody stayed away from for those reasons back in those days. There was no support networks, it was difficult. And so all my life I've been waiting for somebody to come and rescue me. And when I started dating and meeting people, that wasn't the problem. The difficult part was always being let down, always being hurt, but traumatically, really badly, to be quite honest. And I could never understand it. Of late, recently, unfortunately, I had to walk away from a situation. I'll call it more than a situation, to pay it respect. It was an amazing relationship with an amazing person. And the thing is, nothing went wrong. But there was valid reasons, biblically. And the decision was made, we're going to have to put this on the shelf to honour the Lord. But in my warp-buckled, how can I say, state of confusion with love, it's been a hard thing to get over. It's been a hard thing to almost be tormented by. And I just cried out to the Lord a couple of days ago and said, Lord, what is going on? And I stumbled upon a reel, and this pastor explained love, what love really is. And it says in 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, and it keeps no reconciliation of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices. Let me show this to you. Whoops. Get back here. It always protects, always trusts, and always hopes, always preserves. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. That part's a little bit longer. So I'm like, okay, so love is patient, love is kind. So if I meet somebody and they're not patient and they're not kind, they're envious, they're proud, that's not love. And then God got me to look at me and go, well, what about you, Stan? And He showed me where I had put these people in my heart. I would say to a person that I'm very much so in love with, I've given you my heart. And God spoke to me and said, no, but that's my heart. You're putting your hope in people. And unfortunately, as we're born into sin, we're always going to be, how can I say it, letting somebody down, even though we love them tremendously. So I put people in the space in my heart that was reserved for God. Okay, so is this now what it means is put your hope in God and love the Lord with all your heart and all your soul and lean not on your own understanding. I haven't looked the verse up, so forgive me if it's a little bit wrong. You know, and for a long time I've known that. I've like known that, but it's kind of like I've been not chewing my food. I've just been swallowing it whole and not actually digesting it. And the coin dropped yesterday. And, you know, apologetically, I absolutely owe it to those who I've done this to before, but this was never intentional. It's just because I was so sitting in that corner as that little boy with his back against the wall, waiting for somebody to come and save me. I didn't know about God. This isn't something I got taught, and you don't just pull this out of the sky. And I would give them my heart, but meanwhile, my heart belongs to God. And I'm then to love those people like that, to be patient, to be kind, not to envy, not to be proud. You know, don't dump expectations on people. That's not love. And actually, I was really concerned and bothered with why I responded the way I did when things finalized a couple of months ago with this special person in my life. Why I responded the way I did. And ashamedly, but I now totally understandingly is that I put my hope in that person. And it blinded me. Waiting for that hope blinded me from the reality of the real reason for God that this was happening. Guys, the reason why I'm telling you this is not to have a big soup line. I know I'm putting my stuff, my really private stuff here on Facebook. But it's a lie of the enemy. The enemy comes in and shows us on Hollywood to fall in love with somebody, another human, or end all and be all and happily ever after, happy ending. Every Disney movie ended with happy endings. It's a lie. Oh yeah, there's a lot of happy ending, trust me. But we're taught, I was taught, and I was shown to put my hope and trust in that person, which number one isn't love. To bear that kind of weight on them, it's so wrong, it's so disrespectful to them because they got their own life to deal with, their own things to deal with. Yes, I can trust that we have an agreement, i.e. a relationship, and that, you know, you won't cheat on each other and you won't speak bad. And it even says in the Bible that, you know, when one is down, the other one holds the other one up. When one is cold, the other one warms the other one. None of this that I've heard people say, you got to be a whole before you find your next person, before you find your right person, and they have to be whole. That's not what the Bible says. It actually said, when you are cold, somebody can warm you. When you are down, somebody can lift you. It's not good for man to be alone. These statements. So then, now this love that I've found, and I've asked God to fill that space, fill my heart, because that's His residence. He's brought understanding to stand everybody, no matter the next person you meet, your wife that you meet. And I say that intentionally, and I say that in faith, because I'm not playing games. I'm serious. That when I meet, she ain't going to be perfect, just like me. But because my love is now patient, it is kind, it holds no record of wrongs, and all of those things biblically, I can identify where in areas in her life she needs me to be patient, or she needs me to be kind and supportive and lift her up and keep her warm. Not, you here now to fulfill me. That ain't love. And all along, I've been looking at it from a skewed perspective of putting my love and hope, as a matter of fact, hope in people. Again, people are gonna, unfortunately, disappoint. I know I'm gonna. Might not do it on purpose, but it's gonna happen. Well, again, it could be to my Ruby, and I have disappointed her multiple times. And yeah, not my proudest moments, and partners and people, like, and that goodbye, like, seriously. But now I understand that because I was, again, explaining this again, in hope, waiting for that person to save me, I turned them into an idol. Yeah, that's how serious it was. I put that person before God. And the reality is why it's so difficult to get over the breakup and the longingness. It's okay to long for somebody. It's okay to miss somebody. It's okay to love somebody. But I put them in such a deep space in my heart that is only a space for God. God's the only one that can come in and comfort that and support that and grow from that. So guys, if any of you connect with us, where you've had a broken upbringing, broken family, and problem, no dad or mum that was abusive or abused, or whatever the filthy situation was, if you connect with always getting let down in relationships, always getting your heart broken and just can't seem to understand why, that's why. Because we're giving what's meant for God to people. And when we're giving it to people, we're expecting them to be God. But only God can bring that peace. God gave me a challenge now, and He said, Stan, I want you to go out now, and I want you to start loving strangers according to my word. And I'm excited for it. I'm excited. I'm very excited to go out and just start being kind. Not that I was ever an unkind person, but it breaks the back of the moment of going through McDonald's drive-through and they haven't been able to serve ice cream for 16 years because they're too lazy to clean the machines. And for me not to respond in anger, but rather in love. Breaks the back of me driving on the road and seeing road rage, or somebody doing something wrong. Those small things, starting with those small things, I can see God as He wants me to love on those specific situations. And practice this, First Corinthians. Guys, my life is changing. It's changing. It is and I'm blown away at how fast God is doing this and how powerfully He's doing it. I cannot deny that there is a God. There isn't a God that created all of this. You know, all of this. And come on, let's be mindful. And then of course He created you. He knows every single hair on your head. He knows every concern you have. Just raise a prayer to Him and shout out to Him and get Him to fill your heart. ask Him to evacuate what you've let into your heart. Not, in other words, get them out of my life or get them away. No, it's just be in the right standing, in the right place. Welcome Him in. And I'm telling you, I can foresee things in my life are about to all start falling into place because of my understanding. So thank you for listening. I really, really appreciate, guys. And again, guys, I'm getting messages from people in South Africa, the UK and whatnot, asking questions. Absolutely, please do, please. It stays between us. I'm doing this just because God is doing this to me. And I'm blown away. Like, you can't make this stuff up. It's unreal. I'm so thankful. Before I go, I'm so thankful. She said to me, God's going to do a deep work in you. Deep work. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for just this time. Anyways, guys, I love you.